Double Indemnity by Nick Jeffries. I'll be looking at the lighting in the film. So first of all, film noir is regarded as a genre that adheres to particular stylistic and narrative devices. The term film noir was coined by French film critics who were the first to identify the trend in Hollywood for making what translate into English as black film. This label refers to the low-key lighting, a defining feature of film noir and a key element of Double Indemnity's cinematography. Billy Wilder's film is extremely dark, with characters emerging from darkness and the faces of characters obscured by shadows. The use of shadows represents the environment that the characters live in as mysterious and dangerous, inhabited by suspicious characters with dubious and motives and morals. So the use of low-key lighting in Double Indemnity places qualities of the film's characters into the mise-en-scene. That is, the composition of everything that appears in front of the camera. This type of lighting technique employed in Double Indemnity creates chiaroscuro, which is low-key lighting used to create distinct areas of light and darkness, forming extremely dark shadows which tend to dominate the frames. These dark shadows are created to reveal the hidden evils within the characters, and it helps the audience to see the qualities of the characters. The dramatic lighting in the film characterises film noir, and it's inspired by the German expressionist films of the late 1910s to the early 1930s. Many filmmakers who had been working in the German film industry came to Hollywood when the Nazis came to power. Double Indemnity director Billy Wilder, an Austrian-born scriptwriter with Jewish ancestry, was one of these filmmakers. So here is a clip from Metropolis by Fritz Lang. It's just a still, from 1927. This is a still from The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari by Robert Wien in 1920. And this is the scene from Double Indemnity where Walter Neff tells of the evil doings that he's just been involved in. In the opening scene from Double Indemnity, we learn the score from the get-go as the film's protagonist Walter recites his confession into a dictaphone. I killed him for money and for a woman. I didn't get the money and I didn't get the woman. Walter's admissions are sinister and evil, and the lighting used expresses this as it overpowers the frame. We're afforded just enough light to see Walter's guilt-ridden face and a bloodstain on his jacket shoulder. The film's revelations are presented to the audience in the first scene, and it shows Walter at his darkest and lowest point in the film, exposing him for what he really is, a murderer. The use of chiaroscuro sees Walter shrouded in darkness, making it difficult to distinguish between him from his shadow. It isn't clear whether it is late at night or early in the morning, creating a melancholy and ominous tone. Billy Wilder employs the use of chiaroscuro not only in scenes, but also in constructing the film. Because the film cuts from Walter's narrative to the story itself, the contrast in lighting keeps the audience unnerved. For example, the mood lighting in the opening scene sets the tone and the anticipation of Walter's impending doom. The contrast in lighting is heightened when the next frame we see is bathed in natural sunlight, which is Phyllis's exterior, the front yard of Phyllis's home. The following scene opens with an exterior shot of a bright, sunny Californian day, which is in stark contrast with the dark, gloomy interiors of the office. Director Billy Wilder says that the use of chiaroscuro between scenes gives the audience a sense of what lurks just beneath the facade. This also signifies Walter's transformation from a content insurance salesman to a tormented murderer. The evil shadows, introduced by Phyllis when they first meet, follow Walter throughout the majority of the film. When we first meet Phyllis, the frame is overcome with shadows in the foreground that precedes her evil presence. The Venetian blinds, casting striped shadows on Walter, signals the beginning of the end and the outcome with which he will be met, imprisonment or death. This concludes the production values lighting. I hope you've enjoyed the presentation.